Traha Global is a new free-to-play realm vs realm MMORPG that's recently came to Steam. This is another one of those cross-platform PC x mobile MMOs, and with so many of these types of games releasing and the lines between mobile and PC becoming increasingly blurred, I feel like I need to cover these games, especially the ones that come to Steam, so I can potentially save you guys from wasting your time on a style of game that generally turns out to be pure garbage. So, what makes Traha unique? Well, the game gives you the ability to switch between every class by simply changing weapon, similar to Final Fantasy XIV, meaning there's no need for ults. The game has PvE content in the form of solo dungeons, field bosses, and group dungeons. The game has 1v1 arena, open world PvP, battlegrounds, sieges, territory wars, and conquest battles which can support up to 200v200 players. And looking at the trailer, you can probably see that the game looks Korean. Yes, it is. And you know what that means. Gacha summoning system, RNG on top of RNG, battle pass, costumes and titles with stats on them, pets, pay for convenience, and pay to win. People clearly love all of this shit, otherwise no one would play these games and developers would stop making them. So in this video we're going to jump into Traha Online and try to understand why out of all the games in existence, 1,800 people choose to spend their time playing this every single day. Surely the game must have some redeeming qualities, right? But first, sponsor. Raid Shadow Legends is the #1 hero collector RPG, not just on planet Earth, but the entire multiverse. Source? My mum told me, because even she's playing it. Raid is available on both PC and mobile devices, and features such incredible AAA graphics that I literally cannot tell the difference between this and real life. Let's talk champions, because Raid's got nearly 700 of them, and they recently added an epic new faction called the Sylvan Watchers. You've got forest elves, scary looking tree spirits, and living rock monsters. Basically the perfect faction for anyone who mains a druid or shaman in their MMORPGs. Raid's kicking off the new year strong with a fresh new update with a bunch of new features, including a new season of the Forge Pass, the Polarium Points program where you can earn in-game goodies including a legendary champion, as well as preparation events for Raid's 4th anniversary later this year. This month sees the launch of the massive 4th anniversary Titan event in which you'll earn anniversary points to spend on some incredible rewards. But that's not all. New players that use my link or scan the QR code on screen will get a free starter pack and this epic in-game loot. If you're a fight fan such as myself, the MMA star Ronda Rousey has also joined the world of Raid with her very own champion. You can get Ronda by simply opening Raid for 7 days before February 20th. Also use the promo code RAIDRONDA to get a bunch of useful in-game items to help level her up. Enter the promo code and your loot will be sent to your inbox here. Download Raid Shadow Legends now. Traha Global, although just glancing the logo it looks like the game's called Trash Global. Probably the worst logo I've ever seen for an MMO, but let's see if the game's better than the logo and the name of the game. First things first, select a faction, Horde or Alliance. Let's go with Alliance.
Are you ready to face the God of Death?
Not right now, maybe in a few years. Character creation, okay, we can zoom in, we can spin her around. She's got some hair physics. This game is made in Unreal Engine, so I'm expecting the character customization to be decent. The UI for the character customization seems unfinished. Just says female/type 2. And you've got a bunch of text that tells you about the different weapons in the game. Outfit looks pretty cool, to be fair. You move it around, things jiggle. I'm talking about her clothes, obviously. Oh, I see. Okay, so clicking on this text here is selecting the race and the gender. That's abysmal UI design. Female type 1 is young lolly girl. Of course it is. Male type 2 is Giga Chad. But as is tradition with Asian MMORPGs, we have to play a female with big titties. And we're going to use a great sword. Female type 2, class A. Character customization. A, B, C, D. Are we playing an MMO or are we playing Avatar? What is that? And now she's an orc. Okay, game, please zoom in more. Character customization isn't actually as impressive as I thought it would be. When I started to see sliders pop out, I thought it was gonna let me go nuts with the sliders, but this is as extreme as I can make my character. Mediocre character customization. Bunny ears and nerd glasses. Yes. Traha Girl 69.
Yeah.
Looking good. Intro cutscene with a bit of voice acting. Move around with WASD. Spacebar doesn't make my character jump, which is a concern. Instantly there's an invisible barrier, and the run animation itself looks a little bit scuffed. Off to a good start. Additionally, despite being PC/mobile cross-play, the PC version has a very mobile-like UI. We're going to attack with spacebar, press number 1, press number 2. We move and attack. We actually can, to be fair.
Help me!
No!
So far the voice acting appears to be so bad that it's borderline funny. I wonder where I need to go. The game's given me a subtle hint. She's got a tactically short dress, so we can basically see her asshole as she's walking up the stairs. The devs knew exactly what they were doing there, didn't they? That's interesting. I can switch between melee and mage. Earth attack. Can move whilst casting, which is nice. Animations for the magic attacks feel pretty decent. Tap the skill at the right timing. Oh, that's cool. So you've got some abilities that you do need to hold down in time. The combat doesn't feel too bad so far, to be honest. I like that you can use a lot of your abilities whilst moving. It doesn't completely lock you in animation. Some of them do, but not all of them. Dodge out of the danger. Oh, that's nice. I appreciate that the game has a dodge. I hate MMOs that don't have dodges. I'm clearly meant to lose this fight. Big damage. An MMO has never started this way, has it? With you getting your ass kicked by a main character, and then getting rescued later on. And now we're in a wagon.
Finally awake.
Right, select my weapon, greatsword. Now that the tutorial's finished, there's a lot more UI elements popping up. Okay, accept the quest, and we're auto-pathing. Fantastic. You can jump in this game, you just need to press E. I appreciate that. You know what this game needs? More text on the UI. It's way too minimalist for my liking. Oh great, just logged into the game and we've got stuff to claim. Really? I've got given a mount? A legendary mount? For what? Okay, 3,000 diamonds and 1,000,000 gold. What did I do? I just downloaded the game and started playing. You're throwing 1,000,000 gold at me. So all of the quest rewards are going to feel irrelevant. Mobile MMOs. Love them or hate them, they're unfortunately here to stay. Wait, is this the way your gear's displayed? That's the shittest way of displaying your equipped gear I've ever seen in an MMO. Next to your inventory in a straight line. So if I press V, there we go, we've whipped out my legendary mount. Pretty cool mount, to be fair. If you want to, you can play this game like RuneScape and just click to move. Certainly a one-handed game if you want it to be. Welcome. You are Traha, right? No. I am Catgirl 69. So now I'm getting a blue horse. But mate, you already gave me a legendary horse just for logging in. That blue horse ain't ever getting used. How do I get rid of this chat? It's just like popping up here of all places on my screen. I've never seen a game choose to put the chat box in the top left like that. Why though? Oh, it's got the Lost Ark card system, has it? The game has to have some redeeming features, otherwise people wouldn't play it, surely. I mean, the attack animations don't look too bad. The audiovisual feedback from attacks is pretty decent. What's this? Battleground hot timer. Available at level 12. So at level 12 I can do BGs. Let's try and get to level 12 as quickly as possible. Try using a new weapon. I don't play bow too often in these games, so let's choose the bow. Let's see if I can make the user interface a little bit more minimalist. You would hope that they've got some options. This is the problem with these mobile PC cross-platform games. They come with next to no UI customization. It doesn't seem as though there's any way to make all of this text and UI elements just smaller. Visually, maybe the game would look okay if I could like hide the UI or something. Is there a hotkey for that? Not even a hide UI button. Okay, so you can't just switch between weapons like that. You get points and you spend it in the weapon talent tree. And with the bow, I spent my points in the attack tree. So my bow's really powerful, so now I can't really use my greatsword. I'd have to grind out separate points for the greatsword, then spend it. Well, I guess I'm an archer now. Ranger combat's not too bad actually, now I'm getting used to it. So, got our first boss fight, and this guy has a lot of health. Is it going to be a challenge? I somehow doubt it, but actually got telegraphed abilities to move out of the way of. I guess that's something. Okay, yeah, not too difficult. Is it me, or has my character not got a single armor piece upgrade since the game has started? We're still wearing the same clothes, we've still got our ass just hanging out. Usually you replace the level 1 starting gear very quickly. Not in this game. Just teleported all over the bloody place. The world doesn't matter one bit in this game, does it? There's a big icon here that says summon. So this is the game's gacha system. Wait, that's massively increased my combat power. Why? How? So straight away this tells me that the game's probably heavily pay to win if you've got such dramatic power upgrades tied to this summon system, which is going to be something that you obviously spend a lot of money on. Wait, why am I on a flying horse now? This game's so random. And the flying mount is actually traveling slower than my ground mount. Oh my god, I guess we're at the main city now. Real beautiful. Yeah, this is definitely the main city. There's tons of other players around. What the hell is this creature? Half rabbit, half goat monster. Checking out the map and it shows all of these different areas. It tells you the recommended gear score to go to each of them. New solo dungeon. Okay, let's go. Some ancient library. Oh, I've unlocked my R ability. What's this do? So this is one that I charge up and it does big damage. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty fucking strong right now. Wait, was that it? Okay, kill 5 mobs and then the boss appears. Cool looking boss, to be fair. Just tank all of his attacks because it doesn't really matter. Dungeon complete. Level 11. And we're now learning about familiars. Here he is. And he's just one-shot that spider. So you summon it, it does one ability, then it goes away. So I guess the familiar is a bit of an ultimate ability, essentially. New bow looks pretty cool. Still in my starting gear, though. I wonder if I'm ever going to get some new armor. Is there even armor slots? I don't think there is, you know. It's just like jewelry. How much do outfits cost on the cash shop? I'm not seeing any costumes on the cash shop, which is odd. Maybe there's a different tab for fashion? Costumes, okay. Do costumes have stats on them? Of course they do. Well, why did I have to ask that question? To be fair, the costumes do look pretty damn cool, though. Look at these. How do I even get a costume? The UI is so bad that it doesn't even, like, explain how to get it. Perhaps these costumes are unlocked via gameplay. I somehow doubt it, though. Let's try and queue for a battleground. Requires level 15 or higher. CP scaling can be applied. Okay, it seems to be like equalized, so that could be really fun. We have joined the battleground, and it seems as though I've got the exact same health as all of my team members. So if this game actually does have equalized PvP, then that's a really good thing. I'll be very impressed. So we're fighting some NPCs right now. Enemies incoming. Big damage. Almost one shot. Are we actually doing any damage? Big damage. I think I'm helping. Charge up my attack. Big damage. I don't think I'm hitting that hard. I'm hitting like a wet cloth. The damage difference from me and the other people is so significant that it makes me question whether or not this is true equalized PvP. Yeah, that was over very quickly. It doesn't show you a lot of information at the end of a BG. Well, that was shit. Finally, I've unlocked some armor. I've got 3 choices. Let's go with the middle one. Now she looks like a killer. Nice cozy area, farmland, you got horses. An infestation of dogs, more summons. Anything good? This is increasing my power dramatically. I don't know how, but it just does. Like, just summoning these things gives you a lot of combat power. And the game doesn't really explain too much how it does that. Events. So I've got 2 RNG spin the wheel. Nice. I like to gamble. Oh, I'm spending diamonds to do that. Mate, the UI is such a mess that I didn't even realize I was fucking spending diamonds on that. What a trap. Starting random dungeon queue. Oh, so this is going to be with other players. That's cool. These mobs have a lot of health. So, my first group dungeon, and there's some fairly high level players in this group. All of our combat power has been scaled to 30,000. My character seems to be getting singled out. I'm about to be dead. Oh, dodge inside the circle. And my mobility ability moved me back as I did the attack, so I couldn't get out of the thing. But it doesn't matter because you just revive mid-fight, so even if you die whilst fighting a boss, it doesn't matter whatsoever. Hang on though, you've got this, you've got a limited amount of revives. So you've got special revives and normal revives. Alright, one more special revive. Insufficient diamonds. Hopefully we can get carried. Boss defeated, GG. Absolutely carried. Fucking cat just got in a massive fight. That's the first time she's ever met another cat. Did not go well. Title. Let me guess, titles have stats. Of course they do. I'm about 2.5 hours into Traha Online at this point, and I feel like I've formed a bit of an opinion on the game. Did some bosses, did some multiplayer dungeons, some PvP, some questing, created the character, dabbled in some of the progression systems, and I can see that this game is certainly not for me. So let's jump to the pros and cons. The pros of Traha Global. Even though the game does have auto-pathing, it doesn't have auto-combat, which is more than can be said for most mobile PC cross-platform MMOs. The game does require some form of input on the player's end. Now, whether or not that input is fun, challenging, or engaging is another question. Bosses in this game do seem to have actual mechanics and things to dodge. Once again, this is more than can be said for other mobile x-PC games. Big anime titties and slutty outfits. Yeah, that's it for the pros. The cons of Traha Global. The gameplay is dog shit. There's no reason to play this over any other PC game. The UI is one of the worst I've seen. It's so bad that I don't think they could find an actual UI designer and instead hired an intern to make it. Whilst the game is made in Unreal Engine 4, the graphics still look like cheap mobile crap. Invisible barriers. The world feels like a disjointed mess, and half the time you're clicking the auto path and it's teleporting you everywhere around the world and you don't know what the fuck is going on. Cringe tier voice acting, gacha and pay to win bullshit. The moment to moment gameplay is so boring that it will send you to sleep faster than Morgan Freeman reading you the first 100 pages of the dictionary. There really isn't anything unique about this game. There's tons of other mobile MMOs with the exact same features, no sense of visual progression, the PvP scaling seems to only scale your HP, it's not a true scaling system. And even by mobile standards, there's mobile games that have infinitely better gameplay and combat, such as Tower of Fantasy, Punishing Grey Raven, Genshin Impact, Undecember, and Torchlight Infinite. If you're gonna play a pay-to-win mobile game, at least play one with decent gameplay. Overall, the game is dog shit, it's not worth your time, and halfway through recording this video, I regretted even covering the game on this channel. But that's it for this video, guys. If you're a dedicated Traha Global player and this is your main MMORPG, I'd love for you to explain to me why in the comments below. Social media on screen, violate that like button like Traha Global violated my soul during the recording of this video, and I'll see you in the next one.